the reason I'm telling it's okay to miss things, there's a rainy day coupon for projects, which hardly anybody's used yet. That one works if you forget to bring a project, the day it's due, you can staple the coupon to the project, turn it in a day late, no penalty. Most of you still have that, you haven't used it yet. There's also a rainy day coupon for quizzes, for one quiz actually. If you don't do as well as you hoped on a quiz, you can resubmit the quiz at some point and get the full 10 points for the quiz. I recommend to hold on to that till the end of the term, and then go back and find the one you did the worst on and fix that one, obviously. But there's also a rainy day coupon for this exam, which I haven't mentioned yet because it hasn't been applicable yet. So let me make sure you can find it. First of all, if you go to the schedule page, just like everything else, I didn't make this, I didn't link it in a different place, so it's in the same place the other rainy day coupons are, which is the easiest place is off this third day, rainy day coupons. Hold up, let's see, you can see what the hell's going on. Actually, you can see that just fine, can't you? So, there's your project, there's your quiz, here's your exam. This lets you get 5 points back from your exam. So, if you got a 95, this gets you get 100. If you got a 93, you get a 98, and so forth and so on. The idea is, yeah, you did your midterm, for lack of a better term, it's your midterm. But if you missed something, maybe you missed one or part of 1 or 2 questions and you want to get those points back, it gives you an incentive to go back and actually look and do it again. Look at those questions and do them again. Make sure you read what you have to do. You have to print this coupon, attach it to the exam, and you have to attach the original exam. You have to write, you can't just correct the corrections, you have to correct them and then do a little bit of writing. You have to write about what you did wrong the first time. And that what you did wrong the first time might be, I had no idea what I was doing the first time. That's totally fine. But then you write a second sentence that says, what I learned by doing it again. That's kind of the point, is to look at it again and learn. Pick something up you may have missed the first time around. I'm trying to think, oh, and I had to add this bit. The corrections must be correct. I actually had a student years ago that just submitted a bunch of wrong answers and demanded points, and I said, I can't give you points, and they're not right. And they said, well, coupon doesn't say they have to be right. I said, how American litigious of you. It was amazing, it's genius. So I had to add the corrections must be correct. Make sure they're correct, otherwise you'll get the points back. Yeah, Tom?
Do these have the same restrict or caveat where you can correct it any time? Or
I put on here, no, I didn't, I took that off. I used to have on there, had to be due the next class day. The reason I do that is, there's no point not to. I mean, the quiz one can be applied to any one of the quizzes. This only applies to this exam, so there's no use saving it. Because, I mean, you think about it, there's 2 exams. The second one you hand in the last day of class, I never see again, so you can't do it for that one. So it really only applies to this, so it makes more sense to do it as quickly as possible. So I used to have on there, it must be submitted the next class day. It only makes sense to do that. But then some people can't get, I mean, who knows what this week's going to be like with the weather. I mean, it might be that we see 10 of you again on Wednesday. I don't know. So try to get it in the next day, just because it's fresh in your mind then. It's fresh in your mind then. Cool? Please. Yes.
Say there is a snow day.
Yes.
On a day there's like a big project due.
Yes. Then just bring it the next time.
Email it to you. Okay.
Bring it the next time. Yeah. Anytime that the school cancels classes, you're not responsible for turning anything in that day. Yeah. No, I mean we're not hybridized enough yet to worry about that. Just bring it the next time. So if we had canceled today, you would have just got everything back all Wednesday and yeah, call it good. Cool.
Yeah.
Now, I had a thought there. It's gone now. And I wasn't in motion. Sometimes if I'm in motion and I forget something, like if I'm walking this way and I forget something, I can actually back up and then walk again and it'll come back to me. Sometimes that works, sometimes. But I was standing still. Screwed. Maybe it'll come back. Maybe it'll come. It's something about canceling class and papers. And I can't remember what it was, Amber. That's okay. It's gone now. Nah, whatever. Hey, you guys have any questions? Please, Mom.
I understand on the rainy day
yes.
You can only get up to 5.
Yes, ma'am.
But can I just go ahead and try to correct everything?
Of course. Actually, thank you for mentioning that. What many students do is they'll correct everything they missed because of the problem that they have to be correct to get the points. Yeah. If you don't have the chance to sit with somebody, because I could tell a lot of you are working together. Thank you for doing that, by the way. Fantastic. I could tell some of you worked alone, and I could tell some of you were working together because you guys were phrasing things similarly, but that's exactly what I want you to do. I'm not going to force you to do it. Some people work better alone. Totally fine, too. But I could tell you were bouncing ideas back and forth off of each other. Fantastic, fantastic. But in case you don't get to do that and you're working in isolation, just do as much as you can. And submit. I'm trying to think if any one problem gave anybody grief. I don't think it did. The only one that maybe a third of people were getting wrong was the interpret the slope problem. The bulk question. The Usain Bolt question where you had to use Excel to come up with a linear model, and then slapped it on there, and then interpret the slope. The slope was something like 10, like y equals 10x or something like that. I said, what is interpret the slope? So all that means is put it in context. A lot of people, it's 10 over 1. That's what 10 is. But what does that actually mean? For every second Bolt runs, he averages 10 meters. That's what it means. That's all it means. That's all I was looking for. A lot of people got into a very long discourse about something else, which was fine, but you weren't telling what the slope was. So that was maybe 1 in 3 people. I mean, it wasn't I always grade things one question at a time to make sure that there isn't one question that's just killing the entire class. But that was the only one that I kind of caught back. I'm like, wow, that kind of threw them for loops. Yeah, no.
I might be misunderstanding, but I put the slope as 10 and I got it wrong.
But that's not an interpretation.
Oh, okay.
You didn't tell me what that 10 means.
Okay.
Every 10 seconds he picks up, every second he picks up 10 meters. Yeah, the slope is 10. Yes, you are correct. Absolutely.
Okay.
But that doesn't tell me what it is. The way I've always thought about this, hey guys, if you want to go through here and grab your stuff, that's totally great. The way I always think about mathematics, and this is different than I thought about mathematics when I was an undergrad. Like when I was sitting in your guys' chair, it was different because I was a math major. And I was studying towards going to my master's degree in math. That gives most people hives thinking about that idea, working towards an advanced degree in mathematics. So the way I think about it now is, how would you explain mathematics to your neighbor? I think I told you this before. You're out in your yard with the hedge clippers. How would you explain what that 10 meant to your neighbor? Would you say the slope is 10? Maybe. Maybe, if your neighbor understood mathematics. But wouldn't your neighbor understand better every second he picks up 10 meters on the race? It's a more conversation. I try to always put it in those terms. Yeah, Amber, go ahead.
If you say it like 10 to 1, I mean, is that like...
As long as you explain what the 10 is and what the 1 is. The thing was, the in context, hey there, Catherine, as the context of the problem is key. 10 to 1 is great, but there's no context. 10 what to 1 what? 10 meters for every 1 second, boom, I'm done. And you're really happy you put the word on average on there, it makes me even happier. But you didn't have to get that deep into it. Cool? Yes. So that's that. That's that. I'm stoked. I wanted to get the grades back to you before yesterday evening, but I was digging out half of Northeast Bend Saturday. It's the time you don't wish you were in decent shape. Hey, Sean! You down your driveway. Come on over. You got a beer? All right. So, anyway, 3 driveways later, my in-laws later, and my wife's dead battery across town later. It's 10 o'clock at night, I'm like, I guess I'm going to pass out now. I guess I'll grade tomorrow. So, hope you guys had some fun in the snow. I did some shoveling in the snow, which sounds like at least, yeah, just a little bit, just a smidge. So yeah, that's the exam. I was stoked. I like to, if I had more time, I like to put all the results into a big graph so you can kind of see them. I ran out of time this morning, unfortunately, because the commute in was a little bit longer than I thought it was going to be. So, cool. Any other questions, you guys? Did you guys grab your stuff? You guys got your stuff? Good, good, good. Anything else? Cool. Cool. So do the correction. This doesn't have any cash value. The project coupon actually has cash value. I say cash value. It's worth 5 points if you don't use it. These two aren't worth anything unless you use them. So if you got 100 on the exam, I apologize, you can't actually use it. But if you got 100 on the exam, it's okay. If you got 100 on the exam, you don't need it anyway. So the point is, in case there was 1 or 2 small things that you didn't get, and I heard somebody say, wait, why is this wrong? Good, this makes you go back and look at it. This makes you go back and look at it. And you can go back and fix those little things in the research. Cool? That's that. There's also a folder full of stuff over here that's got its older stuff, if you want to grab that. Again, usually when I have time, I staple everything together in a one pile. I didn't have that time today. Yeah?
So how many points is that coupon worth?
5 points. You can credit up to 5 points on your exam. So you get 5 points back. Yes? Good? You're welcome. Michael?
So we can wait to use that until we've done all of our exams and then...
Well, this is pretty much the only one it applies to, though.
Oh, okay.
You only have 2. And the last one you give me on the last day of class, I never see you again.
Okay.
So there's no way to correct them. So this really only applies to this one.
Okay.
The quiz, yes. The quiz one, yes. Wait on this one until week 10 if you want to, and then submit it then. But it doesn't make any sense to hold the exam coupon. I was telling Tom, because the longer you wait, the more the stuff might kind of just disappear. So it makes more sense to kind of knock it out now before that happens. Yes. Good. How we doing? Okay. How's traveling in here today? Oh, decent. No.
So
Pretty
much
bad.
fun.
I think it depends on where you came from. So like, people are coming from Bend where like, it's fine. I think the northern places got hit worse. So they closed Madras today.
I think it depends on your car too.
Well, of course.
I have a
Or your
pickup.
bike.
Go down sideways just for fun.
Pickups scary, yes?
No, they're fun.
Really?
Yeah.
I've got one of those, but I chose to drive a Jetta. That is awesome.
Oh, front-wheel drive?
Yeah.
Front-wheel drive, way in the front, made in Germany.
It's like an ATV go-kart.
Yeah,
Literally.
pickups make me nervous just because it's back-wheel drive or is it all-wheel drive?
Oh, I have sandbags and I packed in
Okay.
snow and it's
Okay.
all-wheel drive, four-wheel
Okay,
drive.
good,
So-
good. Although the snow doesn't weigh all that much compared to
No,
sand, but
no.
it's good, you put the weight in the back, good. The weight's, yeah,
Yeah.
as you know, the weight is the
Still more
trick.
fun.
Yeah,
The weight is the trick, the weight's the fun or the trick.
it is.
All right, good? Yes, all right, excellent. We'll shut this down for now. Don't think we need it. Let me start and stop this.